Hey guys, welcome to Christina Cakes It. I'm Christina and today I'm going to be making a leopard cake. So I'm making this cake because I love leopard print, and I actually recently bought a leopard wrap dress, and I was looking at the pattern and I decided that it would be really cool to make it on a cake. And I've seen a few on social media and I decided I was going to try my hand at painting my own leopard cake. And in order to do this, there are a few steps. And so first, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making the fondant tail and ears. From there, I'm going to be painting on the gold spots, and then I'm going to add in the black rings. Next, I'll finish off the ear and tail, and finally I'm going to add a border around the cake just to clean it up. So let's get started. So here I have my homemade marshmallow fondant that I just dyed ivory. I used AmeriColor Ivory to get the shade, and I am going to want to just add a tail and ears. I just thought it would look really cute on the cake. So I'm just kind of rolling this into a log. And I'm just kind of shaping my end a little bit to a point. So now I'm going to cut out some ears. And I actually did make some ears ahead of time for this episode because I did want them to dry and harden. So that they won't flop over when I put them on the cake. So I would say do that a day ahead of time if you get a chance. So these I will set aside until later. All right, so next I'm gonna start painting my leopard spots, and I think this is gonna be really fun. And actually, as some prep to do this, I learned a few things. So people always get leopards and cheetahs confused, and the difference between a leopard and a cheetah as far as their coats go. So cheetahs are more of a yellow color and they just have single black spots, and leopards actually are more of a tan color and they have a more complex pattern. So they have more of that tan and rosette pattern on their coats that we're going to paint. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by painting on the gold coppery spots. So I'm using a dark metallic edible food coloring paint that I will make sure to put into the show notes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to paint my gold or copper spots all over the cake. And these can be kind of irregular shaped, they're obviously not gonna be completely round. I do want to let you guys know that I obviously have, this is actually a 5-layer 6-inch cake that's been frosted and it has set in the fridge, so it's cool to the touch. This was in the fridge for quite a few hours. That's really important when you're painting on buttercream. And then I did use the ivory, the same shade of ivory that I used for the fondant, so that AmeriColor in Ivory. Is I'm going to start painting the black rings around the cake. And when you are doing this, one thing to note is the black is going to vary. Some of them are going to be outlined completely, some of them are just going to be maybe just the top, maybe just the side. You do want to vary it to give it that realistic leopard pattern. So I'm just using AmeriColor gel food coloring, and I didn't thin this out at all. I'm just using it straight from the bottle. And I'm using a fine tip brush, and I'm just going to start painting my rings. gonna go back in and add just little tiny black specks between the markings because leopards do have some like smaller markings as well. So I'm just going to be using some black buttercream to go around this bottom edge here, and I'm using like a large open star tip. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place my ears using my cake pop sticks to prop them up. I do this in a lot of my episodes, super simple. So I did make these ears, like I said, a day ahead of time, so they're hard and they will stand up. Alright, so my hand-painted leopard cake is complete, and I absolutely love how this turned out, and I do hope that you guys also enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel.